Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Pepper's Echo. My name's Andre, and yeah, Sunday night again. Good to see everybody out there. Buzzy, how's it going, Buzzy? Nice to see you. Nick Miller, how's it going, Nick? Cameron, how's it going, Cam? Nick and Cameron, and my wife, Ina, busy with PPTs again. Cameron, Linda, how's it going, Linda? Nick, Debbie Murray, I hope you are feeling much better. I know I have not actually sent you or found out from you this week how you're going, so hopefully. Second week of March already. The Ides of March have come and gone. Was it Cameron, Debbie? Everybody's having, there we go. Goeienaand, Nick. Bly dat jy dit kon maak. Jy is 'n ou startmaker. Sorry for being about 5 minutes late. Dylan, how's it going, Dylan? Always good to see you. Thank you very much for your message as well. I really, really appreciated it. So, yes, for all the ladies out there, happy International Women's Day for yesterday. I hope you had a superb Ladies' Day and that you were spoilt to the teeth. But yeah, what's Debbie say? Strong stitches coming out tomorrow. Goodly stuff. I hope it's not so painful and that you're feeling, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed again, as they would say, as you could go. Yeah, so what can we talk about? I've got a little bit, very, very short clip of what we did yesterday. We went to walk over the London Eye. Nanjing Eye. It's a little walking bridge. Well, not a little walking bridge, quite a big walking bridge. And and then we went to eat at a spot called, Casa Oli or something like that. Very, very nice little place. Italian little placey, and they're always very, very nice. And so two friends and Ina and myself actually popped over there afterwards. Nanjing Eye, very, very nice bridge, beautifully lit up in the evening. And actually they have a chap that walks up and down the bridge, especially late at night or early in the mornings when it's not busy at all, because unfortunately there sometimes people tend to want to hop off over the bridge. And he's called the Angel of Nanjing. So what happens is he sort of prevents anyone from hopping over the bridge and things to that effect, talks them down. So he's, unfortunately, I could not tell him between the people that were there last night, because there were quite a few people that were walking around on the bridge as well. So as far as what else can I say, what has been going on? We've been watching series at the moment. A very, very nice series that we actually watched, kept us fairly glued to the TV, Black Doves. But you can see that the modern day stuff is all very, very woke, because, you'll see. But it was a good series, Black Doves. Then we're busy with another one called Paris Has Fallen. It's also a series. We haven't finished that one yet. And in Ina's absence, I restarted a very old one, which I'm quite enjoying. And Ina has got to join up with me all of a sudden. She's back interested in it as well. Is called Under the Dome. I don't know if you all remember Under the Dome. It's got three seasons. I think it was eventually canned, but yeah, so far so good. Popcorn binge worth one. There we go. Yes, Stevie. So, I've been doing that, and I was up early this morning, sparrow fart. I was going to, I went with the wifey. She taught one class at the training center this morning, so I went and sat down at Starbucks and actually finished some work there as well. But otherwise, I was thinking I'd share with you guys. There was a bit of a lesson that I did with the students last week, which was actually quite intriguing. I've just taken out the video spots, but I have linked the full video in the just below. So if you want to watch the whole video and what we're going to talk about in actually four barriers, and it's actually done by, it's a TED talk actually that was done by ex Secret Service agent, a lady. So for ladies, for International Women's Day, there is a lady that actually did the talk. What's it? No ways is that back used to love watching that ribeye steak opening. What are we talking about? No ways is that back. No, what? Why is my screen so small? Because I'm a little guy. Is that better? Was that? Should I leave it like that? We can put it up like that, I suppose. Whichever you prefer. But yeah, it's just so that, small guys, small screens. Now you don't have this like hamster face in your face. You know what? Oh, check there. He's saving supper for later. Check his cheeks. Yeah. Go shopping in a supermarket and I walk out and I smile at the guard. They start checking your cheeks to see if you've actually stashed anything there. But yeah. What's it? Make it big. Okay. It's big. Full screen better. Okay, full screen it is. I still need to get backgrounds and things working for me, so and lights on my face and actually get a proper makeup artist and everything like that. So yes. And then if we've got absolutely nothing else to talk about, I do have a video which I had a good chuckle at of absolutely awkward funny names that people have had during their time. I don't know what's the funniest name you've ever seen or heard of. As I said, in my previous school, I had a guy in my class called Dragon, and I thought that was rather funny until one of the guys who was doing the presentation at the flag ceremony was called Robot. So, yeah, that put pay to that. Arbot, talking about robots. Hello, Arbot, our 7-star Michelin chef. How's it going, my friend? Always good to see you as well. Always, always good to see you. And then, of course, there's the whole, I don't know, I've been watching the whole Trump world debacle holding out at the moment. I don't want to, how should I say, talk about it because I think to each his own very, very, very much. I know there's a whole lot of people waiting to see if they can form part of refugee status. And if you need to see anything or want any answers, Col Chris Wyatt has a whole section. I think he's got about 30 videos on it. His stream is also attached. The link is in just below. So go over to his site. And so far, he's got the most honest and accurate on what's happening because I don't know. You know, he says then there's people disillusioned and saying Trump talks and doesn't talk and doesn't action. And then I honestly feel that there's going to be quite a few limits on it because I don't see the United States taking what I think we were talking about last week, 40,000 South Africans wanting to go already. And if you want to go and if you want to stay, as I say, it's everybody's prerogative. There's a lot of people, obviously, who feel strongly about staying, also have a lot of investment in South Africa. You know what, have a good job, have a house, have a family, things like that. And actually, you know, it wouldn't be worth their while. And then there are people who are absolutely desolate and badly wanting to go. What the end result is going to be, I don't know. I think Trump's a little bit busy with tariff wars at the moment and things with Canada. And I know China has got tariff wars on as well, et cetera, et cetera. Hoping that it's going to be in, I think his whole aim is to get companies to actually open up plants in the US and have them manufacture there, and obviously that way they won't have the taxes or tariffs put on them. Which, if it works, great. It'll work great, but if it doesn't, it's going to be a bit of a head scratch. I very, very enthusiastically watch and see because, well, he's a businessman with business sense. I do believe he knows what he's doing, so I watch eagerly to see what's happening. It's just a matter of seeing the right channels, because especially with, if you're looking at different news media channels, you can find leftists busy nosediving everything and rightists worshipping everything, and you've got to try and get somebody who's actually going to put the truth down there. So you've got to be very, very careful where you watch. As far as my concern is, if you want to actually find the hard, straight-out truth, watch Col Chris Wyatt. Check his channel out. It's down below. Also, good news and anything political and stuff to that effect. Also, down below, I've got Renaldo Gouws. So they deal with them. What's Nick say? Ish, Trumpy is really busy. We're on the bottom of a very long priority list. Yeah, I don't know where we're going to fall there. But yes, as I say, some people, it is it's quite important for them to be able to move. And some people, I don't want to put these glasses on. I can sort of read still. And then some don't respect those who want to stay and respect those who want to go. As Col Chris Wyatt says, it's everybody's own prerogative. A lot of people can't wrench themselves out, feel strongly about staying, and others are desolate enough to go or want to go as well, and respect both ways. I just don't see that the US can take 40, 50,000 South Africans in while they're busy trying to actually get immigrants out and just open the floodgates. I don't think it's going to be a matter of just opening the floodgates like that. And I mean, I wouldn't blame them, because it's a lot of people just to let in for let in's sake. I know they're busy. How should I say, helping out the country. Cam, you know what? I do understand in your interest. It's definitely best in your interest there. I mean, did I have if I had the opportunity, I would definitely take it as well. I still believe in the United States. I still believe in their strength and their ability. And I still believe that, as I say, Trump makes harsh decisions, but I do believe that he has the experience to actually make these kind of decisions. And as I say, sometimes someone like me would not understand it that well. My best advice is to keep an eye on Chris Wyatt's channel. He has a lot of updates, and people are asking him all these questions consistently as well. Please check his previous videos out as well. And as I say, if you are interested, please go to his channel and actually take a look. There are about 30 plus videos, specifically only on the refugee updates and news and everything to that effect, because you also have all kinds of false information and people assuming and things like that coming through. Let's say Colonel Wyatt won't allow me permission in starting the South African township in his yard, so no, no hope there. Dylan wants to start an Oranje franchise in Pennsylvania. Okay, I don't know, didn't know that Oranje was franchising yet. It's a good one, no. It is a very good one there. Who's it? Cam says you're on the WhatsApp group. I don't know if I'm not on Chris's WhatsApp group. But yeah, let me try and Dylan, the Bri Academy. Yeah, I miss Bri quite a bit. Okay, so let's take a look, see what I did yesterday. We did for the Ladies' Day, and I tried to make this as short as possible. So I think it's only about 2.5 minutes. I didn't add sound in because you can hear wind and everyone squeaking and squealing and all kinds of things. But yeah, that is the Nanjing Eye. That is like a walking bridge, like over the river. I'm not too sure what river that is. I suppose I should have done a little bit more homework, etc., etc. But that is during the day. we went walking there. Let me actually make it bigger, then you can actually see nicer. There we go. That little river there, going across, and yeah, nice and chilly. You'll see everyone's also nice and cold up, or tucked up. So yeah, I believe you guys are having wonderful heat and everything to that effect. So we're having the opposite. It's very, very chilly over here. And that's, yeah, looking around. You'll see just now I've got it in the, and there's Peach. I don't know why I keep on, I just did this very, very, very quickly. A little bit of a sunset. As you can see, everyone's nicely tucked up with coats. Russian spy. No, I'm kidding. That's just somebody doing a little bit of, what's those little cars gliding or whatever. There in the evening, they actually start lighting it up very nice. You'll see I've got some photos where it is later, because we just sat and had a little glass of wine there in the park, first of all, before we carried on. There, when you go walking over it again, you go back, and then it has lights changing over there. And I don't know, it's something, I don't know if it's the red buildings or the blue buildings, but one of them said, like, Happy International. And there's old Peach and her friend as well. And as you can see, changes a bit of colors across there. Very, very pretty, very, very nice. Quite a lot of people walk there. And as I said, a couple of people decide to hop over there, and then you have the angel. But yes, and this is really, really cute. You actually got craft beers, but they actually, for like the price of 10 RMB more than one, you get those little craft beers, which are cute. And so you get like 4 different flavors. There's us and our friends celebrating Women's Day to a sunset at the end of the bridge. That's what you call walking off into the sunset. And Peach. That's the last one, I think. It was just the bridge from... There we go. So I can take that off now quickly. Yeah. But yes, that's the Nanjing Eye, and it's a walking bridge. I think it was built around about 2014 during the Olympics. There's like an Olympic museum and that there as well. And it's very, very nice and tranquil, and people walk over. And then we went to where I was taking photos from down at the bottom. We were in like a little park, and we were sitting on a bench, and we had our friend's girlfriend. She brought a bottle of red wine, so we all pulled out the paper cups and had some red wine downstairs and watched the bridge light up. And then we walked over to go and have some chow. But yeah, we miss the braai. We miss the braai. That's the one thing. Even in Hangzhou, I braai a little bit more than what I do here, because I still had that friend of mine that actually had more of a terrace veranda. And that was so cool. So you know what? We still got to find like at least a monthly braai place, if nothing else, because we can get the Vos, yeah. So yeah, that is in May 4th of May. Yeah, may the Vos be with you. Yeah, that's proper braai day. May the Vos be with you. And yeah, so but nice and quiet, nothing too hectic, just people walking up and down, enjoying it, and it's nice and tranquil. We quite enjoyed it, and yeah, don't get out too much. And that mall that we were at, where you saw us in the restaurant, that whole mall is actually pet friendly. So as you come into the mall, at the entrance of the mall, you can actually rent little buggies for children, you know, the little push chairs for children and that. And next to where you can rent push chairs for children, there's little pet prams or pet buggies. You can rent that as well to put your pets in and push them around the mall as well. So you get like a little buggy for children, and then next to it, I think it's 17 RMB that you pay, and then you can put your little doggies or whatever in the little doggy pram and push them around as well. So it's actually pretty cool. I haven't come across a pet friendly mall like that before, but yeah, really, really good. What's it like? That is South African, drinking wine in the park out of paper cups. Exactly. We had to do something African with these people. Popsak and tassies. Talk about Popsuck. I used to have a friend called Popsuck because in the day back with the biking days earlier on, that's about all he could afford was a Popsuck, and he used to enjoy finishing his Popsuck, and that's where he earned the name Popsuck from. So, yeah, as we shall say no more. But he always used to say, there's a beautiful saying he used to say, "Ek is nie mooi nie, maar ek's maklik." And my English version of that is, I may not be pretty, but I'm pretty easy. But anyway, let me try and get over to let me get these barrier things to what I was actually wanting to chat about. Let's put it on stream. Overcoming life's barriers, something that I actually quite enjoyed. And I was actually, sometimes when looking around, I find some interesting things. I probably won't tell you much about this week's one because it's actually about having conversations, but it's also pretty decent. Life here, Dylan, is okay. It's pretty lonely, I must say. I sometimes miss Cambodia quite a bit because of friends and that there. So yeah, think twice before actually leaving your country because it's lonely outside of your country. So yeah, you make the best of where you are, but I'm not going to tell you it's daisies and daffodils. Yeah, Popsuck. He has to Popsuck. His real name's Monet, by the way. But yeah. But anyway, so what I actually found is, and she gave a speech a little bit different to what I was expecting. So Evie Poumpouras, she's a former U.S. Secret Service agent, protected presidents and things like that. She currently works at NBC News as a security expert. She authored a book called Becoming Bulletproof, and she survived the 9/11 attack. She was at the World Trade Center, and she used to write like a little bit of a sort of articles or things for NBC, and she had so many people asking her for help. And cheers to Popsuck. Yeah, well, I don't have big glasses, so cheers, and it's orange juice. But she eventually got so many people that she eventually started connecting with them via Messenger or WeChat or whatever, and she actually started tutoring. And tutoring became so, should I say, coaching, tutoring, mentoring is the word that she uses in the video. If you watch the full video, you'll see the whole talk. And she talks that now I think it's almost a full-time thing that she's actually doing mentoring and that. And she gives you 5 keys to life barriers. Number 1, you're not that special. Stop thinking you're special. Number 2, people are always looking for confidence before acting. You don't need confidence. People are always seeking motivation before acting. You don't need motivation. People tend to have a victim mindset. And once you have experienced a traumatic experience, now it's very, very difficult for me to actually speak because you are not speaking to the converted. You're speaking to a learner over here, one of the students, waiting to heal before becoming resilient. So resilient, basically, yes, the word, I think everyone knows what resilient is, how fast you get up, how quickly you take shape again after having encountered a situation. But we'll go to that. Number 1, she says, you're not that special. Being special separates you from others and makes you, and what happens is when you think you're special, and it's not that you're not special people, you're all special people to me. I'll give you all the ice cream. You can all try and put it in your mouth and try and miss the eye this time. But yeah, no, you're all special people. But don't think you are special in the way that you separate your problems from everybody else's. You separate your life. You're not the same as everybody. You're special. And I think she means it in more that you're not different. Because when you actually decide that you're special, you end up making your problems special. Nobody has problems like these. I can't share any of this. And so that creates anxiety, depression, stress, everything. And that becomes special to you because now it is only you. And in the end, it makes you feel very, very alone. And what you need to know in this life is you're not alone. You are not that special. You are not alone. Everyone faces similar challenges. So not being special means you're not alone. And together, you can actually, once you acknowledge the people around you uh, feel the same way, hurt the same way, have anxious the same way, fear the same way, then you realize that you can go it together. And this was her example because she was in the 9/11 buildings. She went into work that day when both buildings went down. She was there. And she saw a whole lot of people suffering. And herself, obviously, she was scared and she was fearful and anxious and everything. And she got through it by realizing that others were experiencing the same trauma. She was not special. Understanding that she wasn't alone then helped her cope because they shared their experiences together. Their fears, together their panic, together their anxiety is how they got through it. So first of all, to take a look and say, I am not that special. Everybody, I am not alone in this world because we sometimes, and I know I do it as well, I want to seclude myself. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to see anyone. I want to just curl up in a ball in a corner and try and deal with what I have. But you're not that special. My problems aren't that special because everybody, not everybody, but most of the people experience the same feelings, the same emotions, go through problems, and you're not alone. And the sooner we realize that, the easier, not that it's going to be easy, but the more you'll actually move forward. Barrier number 2 is the confidence trap. And she says it beautifully. Many people wait for confidence before acting. So all your single guys out there who are waiting for confidence, you're probably going to miss that girl by not asking her out. But I'm kidding. Confidence creates unnecessary detours. You do not need confidence. Confidence only comes once you've acted. Because if you're starting on this side, and what you're wanting to do is let me try and get my hands together. What you're wanting to start is, say you're wanting to start what you've got to do is So all you have to do is go and do it. But now I go looking for confidence. I'm looking for confidence. I'm searching all over the place. I'm waiting to find confidence. And I go a huge detour, which can take days, it can take weeks, months, years, and maybe never happen until I actually do what I'm wanting to do or set out to do, whether it's actually speak to someone, whether it's actually be honest about something, whether it's about airing my view, whether it's about carrying on with something. Confidence doesn't just fall out. Confidence comes once you take action. And you create unnecessary detours. And there she goes, when I was talking to the kids, I'll apply for university when I feel confident. And then so far in your career, you find that you've never gone to university because you never had the confidence. You probably lost the wife that you might have had because you never had the confidence to ask out that lady. You probably never built the relationship with a person because you never went to speak to them. You never went to state your feelings. You never got the increase that you never asked for. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but your confidence of actually taking action only comes after you've taken action. And I know it sounds mad because I've had the same thing. I've looked up things and I went, oh, geez, I hope I'm not buffering too much, Cam. Am I buffering for a lot of people at the moment? I hope it's not too bad. But confidence comes once you've taken action. And you know what? I've taken a lot of little self-help books, how to get confidence, how to be confident, being confident, becoming confident, and stop looking for confidence. Look at the action and take action. Confidence comes once you have taken action. Your direct path is your goal, action, achievement, confidence path, searching for confidence. Then you get lost. You never reach your goal, or it takes you weeks, months, years to eventually get to it. And you're going, why? And I do that. As I say, I look at YouTube videos, how to be confident, where should I get confidence from? I don't feel I can do it. You know what? I was almost brought up with this. It's good to be second best. It's okay. Let everyone go first. Be the least. Things like that. And I have that problem. And I always thought, hey, I have a confidence problem. No, you don't have a confidence problem. You have a problem taking action. And so I need to be able to take action and actually then benefit from confidence. And the more you do it, the more confident you become in doing it. But yeah, it's, as I said, you are not speaking to the teacher, you are speaking to the learner. Probably the worst guy in class is me. Yeah. The next barrier is the motivation myth. Very similar. It goes hand in hand with confidence. Hey, Carl, how's it going, my friend? How are you keeping? Yeah, I still need to have that chat sometime, hey? Good stuff there. But yeah, the motivation myth is waiting for motivation leads to mediocrity. If you are waiting for motivation to do something, I need to be motivated. I need to feel like doing it. I need to be excited about doing it. I need to want to do it. You are going to only perform the very least, the bare minimum of your job, the bare minimum to just get through, maybe if you've got to study. I did that. I mean, I at school, I was not motivated, but I didn't push myself to study. You need to do something, get it done. Motivation and confidence comes after you've done it. How many of us have started hobbies? Now, this is me. I start something with a moesje gejuich, and I lose motivation, so I don't carry on. And I stop doing that, or I start doing this and I stop doing that. But yes, today's message is consistency. Yeah, be consistent and take a look from a different perspective. Motivation is also temporary. So say you do get that motivation all of a sudden to do something. How long are you going to have it for? How long are you going to stay motivated for? You've got to be doing. And she gives the example. Motivation is not needed. You just do it. Success comes from action, not feeling ready to do that action. And she actually tells you about when she was in training for Secret Service. They used to wake them up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go on painful runs, and just to mess with them some more. They didn't tell them how far they were going to run, and they just told them that they would probably never make it. And it was a physical challenge, and she had zero motivation to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go run for how far. But she did it anyway, because that is what she had to do to become a secret agent. And she got it right, and she did it. And the results came from the actions, not from being motivated, not from being confident. She did it. So motivation is a myth. It is something that you can have, enjoy it, don't rely on it. Action before you have confidence. Confidence, as I say, you can lose yourself along the way. Number 4 is the victim mindset. And strangely, sadly, a lot of us have it. I sometimes actually suffer myself. And I feel, you know what, this isn't happening to anybody. And then I get into the special mindset. And you know what, why does it always happen to me? Or why me? You know what, I don't have anything. Look at my friends. Look at everyone, my family. They got houses. They got cars. They got great jobs, or even own businesses, and the BMWs in the driveway, and the 4x4, and they've got a house by the river and a boat and a beautiful swimming pool and house and everything like that. And I don't even own the bed that I sleep on. So I feel victimized, and I feel, and it affects how you see yourself, affects how others see you. If you are a victim, people will see you as a victim. And they actually did a study where they actually recorded people walking in the streets of New York. And then they took those recordings and they showed them to criminals. And they said to the criminals, who would you who would be your mark here? Who would you hit on here? And the criminals all pointed out two kinds of people. The one were the people who were walking small steps, trying to sort of like shrink away, very unsure, and just, wanting to melt away, don't want to draw attention or anything like that. They pointed that one there. And the other one were people that were actually taking long strides and just waving their arms all over the place, not aware of what's going on around them, etc. That one over there. And then they said the others who walked normally. They walked straight up. They had a good posture. They were aware of what's going on around them. They wouldn't bother with those. Their mindset was different because you become what you think you are. Naturally, my thoughts have not been as correct as what I should have had them. So, yeah, choose to be strong, not a victim. It's a matter of choice. Once again, don't wait for courage or motivation. Act with it. And this is the walking study. The New York research, the criminals identified potential victims, timid small steps, and then sloppy, unaware walking. They did not target people who walked with purpose. How to walk with purpose. So if you don't know how to walk with purpose now, deliberately, medium steps, aware, projecting confidence, whether you're confident or not. Basically, you show them, I am not your prey. Barrier number 5, fear as an identity. Fear is an emotion. An emotion is a feeling. And it comes and it goes, like all your other feelings, like happiness, like sadness, like concern, like excitement. Fear also comes and can actually be very good for you as well, because it can get you to making actions and taking actions, and it can also make you more aware of what's around you. Okay, but don't say, I am fearful. You can say, I fear right now. Fear is not something that you can avoid. How Not to Be Fearful is a stupid book, because we all fear it sometime or other. We're all anxious in some time or other. But people, as she says, tend to take it and label themselves. And as she says, labels are for clothes. They label themselves and go, in Checkers, you see the little badge next to on the, hi, I'm Lily, or hi, I'm Sipiwe, or hi, I'm Johnny. And, you almost label yourself, hi, I'm fearful, hi, I'm anxious, hi, I'm depressed. And so basically, when you label yourself with fear, you take on the label and you take on the concept of it. You don't let it come and go as a feeling, an emotion. Emotions are temporary and they are not your identity, and people tend to take it on as identity. How's that for a fearful look? And that is on a roller coaster. So fear's good on a roller coaster. I'm sure she's absorbing and she's pretty aware of everything that's happening around her. But yeah, fear can be helpful for survival. It helps you stay alert and safe. It's normal to be scared sometimes. Really, it is. And that is what sometimes projects you forward, is anxiety and fear. But do not take it on. I must say, I'm somebody who sometimes saddles myself with it and actually ties that belt so tight that I can't get it off my back. But it's normal to feel scared, but don't let it define you. Fear is an emotion, not who you are. And I must say, it does sometimes, I allow it to become me, instead of letting it come in and letting it go out. I mean, I got to sign I re-signed my contract for school for another year, but I actually asked, can I have 2 years? And they said, no, the company only wants 1 year. Obviously, they want to save because they don't want to pay us in August. So they said, no, only 1 year. So instantly, I started to worry about next year. You know what, are they not going to give me one next year? What's going to happen? But I haven't even got through the next year yet. What about the year after that? So, immediately I started feeling insecure, fearful, anxious, and everything about it. And yeah, you know what, I basically wanted to put it on and put the label on. So yeah, it's not a label. It's an emotion. It's a feeling. It will come. Everybody has it. You can't stay fearless. The only one who's fearless is Jet Li. We all know that. But otherwise, there's fear, and deal with it, because you're not special. So deal with it with people. And then building resilience. Don't wait to heal completely. Resilience is equal to the ability to recover after a traumatic situation, after a dangerous situation, after any kind of abnormal or experience that has basically taken you off your feet, because each challenge makes you stronger. However, you will never return to the person that you were before. So, and she also says, don't wait to heal before you say, okay, now I'm ready. You can actually get up and start functioning. It's your way of being able to get up and start functioning day by day again. And then obviously you will be healing from it still. So, I mean, when you've got a sore place, you don't sit at home until that whole sore place is healed totally and there's no scab, and then you can go out again. You know, as soon as it's not too painful and you're back on the leg again, you're out there, even if there's a scab and a bandage around there. So you do heal as you have built resilience and gone back to being able to recover, but you will never recover to who you were, because you will always be resilient with the experience or with the knowledge of what has happened to you. So you will be a different person going forward, encountering different days. And so it happens. The more you run into problems, the more you run into situations, the more you will build resilience, and the more different you will be. I mean, if you've gone through, I know a lot of you, all of us basically, but I know a lot of you have been through many, many different situations, and you are not the person that you were before you went into those situations. You are now the person with the experience and the resilience of coming out of those situations. The bounce back rate, measure how quickly you recover. Each challenge is a practice. And I know, you know what, I looked at these things and I was listening to it and I said, you know, these are very, very easily spoken until we have to practice them. And I do realize that, because myself, I looked at it and the first thing that came over me when I looked at this and went, Andre, you're not special. Andre, you don't need courage. You don't need no motivation. And the first thing that came over me was fear. I must be the only one who can't cope without having motivation then, or courage, because it seems to be the thing not to do that. But yeah, building resilience through experience, you celebrate your small comebacks. What's Debbie say? That's why there are off-ramps. You can take them and course correct. Yeah. And then sometimes you have this big road sign above you that says you got naked at a biltong store as well. Careful of those off-ramps. But yeah, what's Deb say? I was out today putting in the steps, overcoming the fear of the pain, walking through the grocery store, and had to push through. Yeah, that's a challenge. So what we took away from her talk, and it's actually very, very interesting, so I would encourage you to go and take a listen to it, is take action without waiting. You know what, the next thing you do, and something that Anthony Robbins actually brought in, and so this is why I say taking a look at self-help and motivational books are not always a bad thing, but don't try and be the person who's written the book or something like that. Take what you feel that you can apply. And one of the things about taking action is, and being able to celebrate a small achievement, Anthony Robbins always said, go and do something that is easy. Go and give the neighbor back their cup or their teaspoon that they borrowed. Make the phone call that you've been putting off. Send the email that you've been wanting to send. Send the message. Give the person a hug that you've been wanting to give a hug to. Say something that you've been wanting to say. Take the trip and go and buy your apple that you've been wanting to buy. And therefore, you've now taken action already, and you will start learning to take action and more. Don't walk out there and try and change the world immediately. But yeah, don't wait for courage. Don't seek motivation. If you're looking for courage and motivation, you are going to get lost in translation. Perform at a bare minimal rate, and often you will miss it. Walk with purpose. Always know what you're doing. I think most people in South Africa should be walking with purpose, because everyone's aware of what's going on around them. I know I could almost pass the K53 every time I stopped at a stop street or at a traffic light in South Africa. I was checking so many mirrors and everything all the time. I was like, you know what, I could easily pass this thing just by stopping at a red light in the evening. But yeah, and then let fear pass through you. This is something that is exceptionally challenging. Is saying that, you know what, I feel like somebody's kneeling on my chest. How am I going to get that to pass through me? That is often a question that I ask. Is, you know what, how do I pass something through me that is painful to me? And building resilience through challenges. Which lesson would you apply to yourself? So choose one barrier to overcome. Take one small action today. Don't wait for the perfect timing. Share your goal with a friend. And that sometimes encourages you. If you find that there's somebody that's good that you can share it with, is also gives you a little bit of motivation, if you want to put it that way, the motivation that you shouldn't have. And remember that you're not alone in your struggles. Action beats confidence. Your mindset shapes your reality. What you think of yourself is what others will think of you. Fear is temporary. Every challenge makes you stronger. What will be your step? Don't wait to feel ready. Start with one small step. Share your progress and support others. I mean, a lot of people are not even on their steps and they are supporting others. Begin your success story now. So, yeah, that I found pretty interesting. And I thought I'd share that with you because that was a different perspective at looking at coping. You know, looking at coping and a lot of the books, this is how you get courage and this is how you'll be courageous and things like this, and motivation you'll get if your mind is like this. And yes, she's saying you don't need any of that. And by the way, just to crown it all, you're not special, but you're not alone. And yeah. What's Cam say? The weirdest thing that has been happening to me for a while is when I walk outside, I have an aura in my eyes. It's like the edges of my eyes are picking up a bright light. Wow. Wonder what that is. Also just an emotion or a feeling, or if it's physical, or maybe you're just very aware. I don't know. That's pretty, I don't want to say exciting, but pretty experience-wise, I think it must be quite an experience. And he's very lightheaded. Oh no, that's like you're going to pass out. Sometimes I don't know. When I feel I'm going to pass out is when I feel overwhelmed, and I don't know. Sometimes I let the smallest damn things overwhelm me, which is wrong, and that's why once again I said you're not talking to the teacher. You're talking to the student. And sometimes when I just find these things, I find it very, very interesting to share, because I am having a lot of questions and struggles with things. Books I'm still reading is The Now Moment, or listening to The Now Moment. I haven't actually paid much attention to it this week because I actually wait. Yeah, I wait for the right moment, which is wrong, but is carrying on with the book, We Who Wrestle with God. And I know it has mixed reviews from it, although I do enjoy how he puts things out. But it is very, I can almost relate. And then just to sort of soften things up a bit, I have a short history of South Africa, and they're busy talking about the bones and things that they've taken out of the caves and Mrs. Pless and all that type of stuff, as well as a book called 12 Red Herrings by Jeffrey Archer. I just want to see if I can actually find this. I'm actually wanting this book. Let me just see if I can bring it up for you. And it's not on Audible, but it is on Amazon. It's by Adrian Snyman. Let's see if I can show it to you on stream. There we go. It's called Messenger of God, It's a revised edition by Adrian Snyman, and it's basically, I think it's probably one of the nicest or best English versions of reading about our own South African Nostradamus, Sino van Rensburg. And I'd really like to get my hands on a copy of that book. Unfortunately, as I said, it's not on Audible at all, so it's obviously not been made into an audiobook yet. Hopefully they do. But so, yeah, I would definitely want to get my paws on a copy of that. I just don't know if Amazon actually delivers to China. But yeah, that's another thing. What's Debbie said? Go and check your iron checked out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get to deal a lot with my iron. Usually it's my wife that uses the iron. I get like really ratty if my shirts are crinkled and things like that. So my wife uses the iron more than what I do. But I will check it out again just to make sure it's working. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, iron. That stuff that homeopath gave me actually works wonders for my sinus. I'm getting a little bit again now, but I think it's because I've been out in the cold a bit and I've got to watch my chest. So yeah. Not the crinkle iron. Oh, okay, the steam iron. But yeah, talking about things, I was taking a look, and the cemeteries, and they're all pretty full here in China. So I said to my wife, you know what, if I would like to be cremated. Apparently, she's made me an appointment for Tuesday. So, where's my sound effects? I don't even get to my reactions, man. There we go. But yeah, for the last few minutes, I don't know if there's anything that anyone wants to bring up. If there's something you'd like to, I'm seeing that awesome homeopath next week for a booster after all that anesthetic. Yeah. And I hope you're taking Interflora stuff for your stomach. I still hear Colin shouting at me, "Have you taken your pills?" And hearing that shock thing going up. No, she was really, really good. It was actually nice to actually go to a doctor, and funnily enough, it's a herbal doctor, because I got here and I'm like, I went to, and I couldn't think of a natural doctor, same as what you guys said last week, and everyone said, well, Sangoma. I went, no, not the Sangoma, but she's brilliant. The final braai. What final braai? There should never be a final braai. Or about a braai is only an intro to the next new thing. It's basically a a trailer for the braai to come. A real 45-minute thorough appointment that gets to the root. Yeah, I've never actually had someone tell me what's wrong with me before. Usually you go to a doctor and the doctor said, well, what's wrong with you? And you say, well, this, and this, and this. And he'll prescribe medication for what you tell him what's wrong with you. And there you go, and she checks out everything with medication, and then she sees, okay, this is wrong, this is low, that's high, and then she checks and says, this will fix this, puts this in, goes, oh, no, that's going to bring it down, let's get that brings it up. And honestly, it's probably done me the world of good to actually have that. And she actually adapted it with my medication, which was absolutely brilliant. Really, really brilliant. Tomorrow is Monday again. Yeah. Don't forget, old Steve Hofmeyer usually puts out his little piece on Mondays as well, which is pretty cool. But he's just like a 5 or 10 minute little thing that he puts out every Monday, which I quite enjoy as well. But getting back to the final braai, I don't know what you're insinuating. What would you have like your final meal, and you're on death row in jail, and they say, well, what's your last meal? I want to braai. What would you put on your braai for your final braai? Yeah, what's it? He's classic. Learning to understand him as speaks so fast, old Steve. Yeah, he speaks fast. There's a little program called Duolingo, Duolingo, that actually teaches you different languages, and it's quite fun. I still, yeah, waiting for motivation and courage to actually start learning Chinese on Duolingo. I did start a little bit when I got here, and then with all the hecticism, I stopped and never got back to it again. There's so much that I haven't just done. And I mean, I'm talking about simple things. I mean, I haven't done content work. I haven't done language learning. I haven't even been doing gaming properly again after a long while. So, yeah, it's so much that I want to do. But yeah, final braai. If it was my on death row and I was having a braai for my last meal, I would want probably a nice club steak with a cheese boerewors to be put in a boerewors roll, with a nice beef sausage, some pap with some shiba or tomato relish. Just now we're all stuck and hungry. Thanks, Arbot. A little bit of Kynes to go with the pap. Sid Collins' new best program. I hear it all the time, even when he is in the bath. Oh, what's it? Steve's, what program? Debbie, now I've lost program. Oh, Duolingo. Yeah, because it gets you to say things, and that's why I don't want to, I don't want to sit in the faculty room and everyone's like looking around. And I'm going, because first of all, Chinese is a freaking difficult language to learn. And second of all is, what, do I really want to learn it? Because I'm not going to be here forever. So, what, I walk around with a deafening silence because you don't understand anyone around you. And I do tell you, if you ever come even on holiday to China, come with a translator that works in China. So there's definitely you'll need to prepare yourself with having some kind of translator. Oh yes, roasted. I forgot the braai broodjie with Mrs. Ball's chutney on. Mrs. Ball's chutney, best thing under the sun. Talking about balls, Tiger Woods pulls up at a gas station, and Sipiwe is busy pumping gas, and he checks out Tiger Woods. He says, "Yes, there's a Lonnie car you've got here." He says, "Yeah." He says, "What's those buttons there on the steering wheel?" And Tiger says, "No, this one here is tune the radio up and down, and then down here I can answer my phone, and over here I can set the headlights lighter and darker, and it's everything I can set up there. I can put the aircon on, and it can change the temperature on both sides." He says, "And that button there," he says, "No, and that button there that's for my seat warmer, where I put that there and heats the seat. And in between the seat, he's got two little golf tees lying there." And Sipiwe points at that. He says, and what are those two little sticks for there?" He says, "No, that's to put my balls on when I'm driving." He says, "Yanna, Tiger, this BMW also thinks of everything, eh?" Yeah, now we're definitely hungry. Thanks, Arbot. The final braai actually was the final tie to us over there. I just want to take off this music over here, put it on there. I want to take a look at a few things here. Couple of awkward names while we're about it. What's it? Samsung. Guy's name. Imagine having Samsung as a name. And Mr. Perv's 5th grade. I would hate to be called Mr. Perv. Mr. Perv's 5th grade. And then sad man is not a happy man. He's a sad man. And who would like to be called P. Ennis? It's like going to look at Penn Island. And Crispy Bacon. We've all heard of Crispy Bacon. There we go. Technical score advisor is Crispy Bacon. And Hitler Mussolini, Director General of DA Policia Civil de Goiás. I don't know where that is. It looks like Brazil. And Dick Long. Who in their right mind would call their child Richard Long when they know they're going to change it? Paul Twakok. Tucock. Sorry, Paul Tucock. Is that a bit of a gender issue? Mike Mike Clitoris. Jewish Community Center, Mrs. Wiener and Mrs. Butt. And then Cooking with Pooh. I don't know what Tigger thinks about it, but yeah, Cooking with Pooh could be quite a shit show, apparently. And Mo Lester, not a good way to be remembered. And then Major Dicky Head. And then wear something like that on your head as well. Makes you look more like a Dicky Head. And then Dr. Wet Farts. Not a good doctor to be. And then, oh no, this one, I don't even want to say it, but yeah, Jesus, apparently. And then Batman bin Superman. And it's in Singapore. It's almost like a South African land. Clinical neurology, Lord Brain. Mrs. Ripe, kindergarten. Really, we need to change names somewhere. Stevie say our piano teacher was a Mrs. Brookie and good enough. F you. What's your name? F you. Beat the living crap out of him. And then Dr. Shit Fun Chu, understanding scientists. This month's understanding. And then what's it? Cash register. Cash register. Exonerated. So we have hope. Donald Duck. I don't know where that must have been personally changed. I don't know where. It almost looks like Donald Duck in a bad mood. And then gay neighbors, assistant to the registrar. I don't know who would give their child such a name. And a taste of Dick Black and his band. Chu Kok Long, probably one of my fellow citizens. Not that I'm a citizen yet. And then Crystal Methvin. So yeah, sold kitten to plaintiffs. Age 26, what's its status? Never been married. Robert Faggot. I changed my surname, honestly. Dr. BJ Harddick. You know, the only thing it'd be worse is if it's a woman, but anyway. And then this guy's very proud of his names. Dick Raper. Lieutenant Les McBurney. That's okay. And Joe, I don't know how to pronounce that one. Janice Kayan. I think the guy had a fit on the computer when he put it in. And then Judge Willie Stroker. What are you judging while I'm... Yeah. And then a marriage between McDonald and Berger. Lord Voldemort. Elementary school. Jack Daniels. Who does that? You know, your child's Christian guy. I'd hate it if he was an atheist and he had to be called that, but anyway. And then they also found, funnily enough, Tokyo Sexuali, our very own. Dick Sweat, former congressman. That, yeah. Meet the Fockers was cancelled because they struggled to keep the movies PG with the name. Anna L. Oh, this is, I was about to say, where's the names here? But this is an ad in the middle here. Most hilarious and awkward names. The link is at the bottom. Anna L. Crystal Metheny. That also looks not very... Sex offender arrested. Mr. Love. Mr. Lover. Yeah, Shaggy. Crystal Ball. So if you're Mr. Ball, you name your crate Crystal. Dick Assman is here. Once again, who, if your surname is Assman, gives it to them as Robert, because they're going to be Dick Smelly. This is really something that you want. Dick Cock. It's probably bilingual. And Dick Paradise. People must realize Robert becomes Dick. Trustee Mike Wiener and Thea Beaver. So the Wiener and the Beaver. And Tyrannosaurus Rex Mullins. Tyrannosaurus. General Arse Biscuits. or bisquetes. I don't know, probably French or something. Dick Power. People, be careful when you call your kid Richard. Flavor Balls. Jeremy Backhole. Dick Seaman. Guys, yeah, some look like Gay Sailor. Some look like they're living up to their names. Yeah. What movie was there a woman named Fanny Schmeller? Yeah, there was one. I don't know. Oh, she was an Olympic skier. Dick Champion rises at 5 a.m. every morning. Do not name your kid Richard. Dick Tips, Mission Park's funeral. Richard becomes Dick, ladies and gentlemen. Sirius Boner. I spoke to Sirius Boner this morning. What's it? Mabube. Yeah. BJ Worthy. Wonder what it takes to sell that house or how that house is sold. Mr. Butt. Closest I got was a bunt. Hardy and Hardy Ha. Anyway, this is quite a long video. It is 22 minutes long. Dr. Pornsack. Probably looks like something from Cambodia, but anyway. In the description down below is the Night Jedi. Okay. In the description below is the link for this video. So if you want to watch the whole thing and pick up a few names, if you're looking for names for your kids to go, the Hardy Boy books. I remember the Hardy Boy books. Yes. I used to read Hardy Boy books. Have you never eaten a bunt cake, Cameron? I've never publicly announced it. Let's put it that way. And you've made a spelling mistake. It's probably autocorrect, just helping you along there. No, I'm kidding. No, I have never. I will come clean. I have never eaten those cakes before. But yeah, as I say, another week, another hour. We've been across the bridge. We've looked at a couple of crossing barriers. The full TED Talk is in the links below. We looked at a couple of strange names. The Braai, which I miss so dearly. Yeah, as I say, I have been feeling a little homesick this week, sometimes a bit. Yeah, there's a lot of bridges to cross, not just the Nanjing Eye. So hopefully you get some more news on Trump's evacuation plans or refugee plans or something like that, and things work out. But yeah, keep Chris listening. There's another guy called, Brickmerker. He often has a good little chat as well. I listen to quite a bit of political stuff and everything, and then it just like overwhelms me and gives me a headache, and then I just like, gonna live life a bit and see how that works out. But all you wonderful people, thank you very, very much for tuning in. I really, really so appreciate it all. It is absolutely awesome. Memories live on. Glad you've crossed one bridge, and that's the renewal of work contract for another year. Yeah, as I say, I was a little bit, why only 1 year? But yeah, it's suppose it's better than not having anything to go up. But from my side, thank you so very, very much for tuning in, for all the chats, for all the infos and everything like that. If you do find something just along the way that we can actually chat about, because my stress levels go to like over 100 before a stream, because I'm always thinking, I don't know what we're going to chat about. And so if you do, drop it on the group. And if you just maybe want to drop it directly to me as well, I would very, very much appreciate it. But thanks so, so much for everybody for coming in, for all your chatting. Braai and Gelai, have an awesome, awesome week. You're awesome, beautiful people. Good luck with the stitches tomorrow, Debbie, and take care. Yes, you're pushing the limits. Don't push yourself too much, but good to see that you're climbing back on the wagon. Have an absolutely awesome week. You're awesome bunch of people. Take care. Be good. And if you can't be good, be kind. Cheers.